Alright, and what's going on?
There was a shooting.
There was a shooting?
Yeah.
Someone shot?
But yeah, I believe she might be dead.
You think she's dead?
She was my best friend, and I no longer have that, and it's not fair.
According to Amy, Tony went to this home on Maryland Avenue with another man, her boyfriend, back on July 25th. Police say there was some sort of altercation around 2:30 in the morning and Tony was shot.
Akron 911, what's the location of your emergency?
2260 Maryland Street.
You said 2260 Merlin?
Maryland.
Alright, and what's going on?
There was a shooting.
There was a shooting?
Yeah.
Someone shot?
But yeah, I believe she might be dead.
You think she's dead?
I think so, yes.
Alright. Do you know where the shooter is?
No, I don't.
When did this happen?
Just a couple minutes ago, we heard that a ruckus. I was in the bedroom, heard a ruckus, and we came out. And,
how many shots did you hear?
I believe it was 3 or 4.
Alright, where is the victim at?
In the living room.
And is this at the living room of the 2260?
Yes, the upstairs apartment.
Do you know where she was shot at?
No, I don't. I really don't want to go look.
Okay, are you in that same apartment? Or is that
Yes.
the apartment above you?
No, I'm in the same apartment.
Are you with her right now?
No, I'm in the bedroom. I was in the back bedroom. I was going to come out.
I need you to go over to her and tell me if she's breathing or not. Are you able to do that for me?
Yeah, no, she's not.
She's not breathing?
No.
Are you able to tell where she was shot at?
No.
Alright, is there anybody else in the apartment with you?
Yes.
Who?
The person that lives here.
Okay, do you know if someone broke in and shot her, or do you know who shot her?
Huh? What did you say?
Do you know who shot her?
No, I don't. I was in the bedroom.
Do you know if someone broke in?
It sounded like it, and then I heard some people. They started yelling, and I heard gunshots, and I started to come out, and the bullet come through the door. So I just kind of hid in the closet for a second.
Okay, who is the female?
I don't even know her name.
You don't know her name?
No,
Okay,
I don't.
does she live there?
No, she didn't live here, no.
Okay, what is your name?
Ron Crew.
Following the 911 call made by Ronald Crew, who shares residence at 2260 Maryland Avenue with Tenant Angel McLean, multiple units are dispatched to the scene, where Officer Oles helps secure the premises, while other officers attend to the victim and attempt to collect further information regarding the incident.
Yeah, I'm here. You want to speak with them? Step outside for me. I'm going to speak with them? Okay. Hey, sir. Acting police! Hey, there's a dog. Just a little chihuahua. Yeah, it's okay. Acting police! There's a back door open. Right here, we got an open door.
With Officer Oles discovering an open back door, Officer Johnson speaks to the apartment owner Angel McLean at the front of the property, where she confirms that the suspects used the back door to escape the apartment.
When they ran out the door.
At what door? Is there a back door?
There's a sliding door like in my bedroom.
Shot through the bedroom.
Okay. Somebody ran out the back door? Yeah.
Three people.
So
Although it seems probable that the suspect or suspects have departed from the scene, it is crucial for the officers to clear the area.
Is there another? Open back door.
No,
Okay,
there's no other victim now.
I feel like are you going to put out a description? Yeah, you can check underneath that. What's the description of the?
I don't know. I didn't hear it. Looks like she got hit in the base of the skull in the back.
The individual seen on the couch is subsequently identified as Toni Westover, a 34-year-old mother of one who has sustained multiple close-range gunshot wounds, indicated by the presence of stippling surrounding her injuries, resulting from unburned or partially burned gunpowder impacting her skin, implying that the firearm was fired from a close distance.
The range of the gun, based on your training and education, what does seeing stippling indicate?
So range is difficult to pinpoint. It depends on the weapon as well as the ammunition. However, a general range for an intermediate gunshot wound is anywhere between like 6 and 8 inches to about 10 to 12 inches, give or take, depending upon, again, the firearm and the ammunition.
Despite the fact that Toni has incurred several gunshot injuries, one specific wound, where the projectile has penetrated the back right area of her neck, poses a significant risk to her life.
It came in from the back of the right neck, traveled down across the spine through the left lung, and I was able to recover the projectile from within the spleen. So the wound path trajectory is from the back to the front, right to left, and downwards.
As a result of Toni's critical condition, she is promptly taken from the apartment and placed on a mechanical cardiopulmonary assist system in the back of an ambulance, where she is transported to the Cleveland Clinic Hospital. Regrettably, despite extensive efforts to save her life, she was tragically pronounced deceased shortly after her arrival at the hospital, leaving a devastated family to grapple with her untimely loss.
She was the one I looked up to. She was my best friend, and I no longer have that, and it's not fair. I hope no one has to feel the pain my family and I have felt. It's going to live with me for the rest of my life. And then to explain to a 7-year-old girl why her mother's not coming home, and she just doesn't understand. She just wants her mom back.
In order for Toni's family to achieve justice, it is crucial for law enforcement to ascertain what occurred at the scene. However, while Angel McLean is being questioned at the location, it is discovered that there were other individuals present in the apartment during the incident who had quickly left the scene following its occurrence.
Can you just kind of start at the beginning? What happened tonight? Basically from the time you got here or everybody got here?
Me and Chip, Chip was Ron, he's my roommate and driver with me. We came back from Sheets, and we come in, they were all upstairs laughing, joking.
Who's all?
Brian, which is, I don't know his last name. The girl.
Where's Brian from?
I have no clue. I've only met him twice. I have no
Black
clue.
male?
No, he's a white male.
Home from Sheets. White male. Brian. How old is he? If you had to guess.
I want to say late 30s, early 40s.
Okay. Who else?
Quentin Nixon, well, his girlfriend, who was shot. I don't know her name.
Whose girlfriend is it?
Brian, I think. I'm pretty sure that's how they introduced her. It was Quentin.
Was Brian's girlfriend?
Yes. I think I stepped on her shirt by accident, sir.
You said it was Quentin?
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah, Quentin Nixon.
You said Nixon with an I-N?
Quentin is Quinton, I think. And then Nixon, like...
Nixon?
Yeah.
Okay. He's a black male?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
31. He just
Okay. Just turned
turned 31.
31? When did he turn 31? I'm sorry?
The 18th.
July 18th? So then, who else was there? White male? You said Adam Wright?
Yeah, W-R-I-G-H-T.
Is he from here?
And he's from here, but I don't know where he's staying now.
Okay.
He just came home from either North Carolina or Toledo.
Okay.
He was visiting for a couple days.
How long had he been here?
Like 3 or 4 days.
And who does he know?
Me. I've known him my whole life.
Was he your friend coming up?
Yes.
Okay.
According to Angel, those who were present at the apartment that evening included her roommate of 3 months, Ron Crew, who is also referred to as Chip, Angel's friend Adam Wright, known as Slim, who had been present at the apartment for the past week, along with another friend of Angel's, Quentin Nixon, who had also been present there for the same duration. Although Angel knows these 3 individuals, it is the first time Ron, Adam and Quentin have been introduced to one another. Another individual present, who is friends with Adam Wright and is unknown to Angel and the others, is Brian Fielder, who arrived at the apartment this evening, accompanied by his girlfriend Toni Westover. Both Angel and Ron informed the detectives that everyone was on good terms, and both Angel and Ron had left them in the apartment while they went to the store. However, upon their return, they enter Angel's bedroom to set up some lights when they overhear a dispute originating from the living room.
Okay, so y'all was in the room putting up the lights. Was the door shut?
Yes, it was.
Okay. So, then when you were in that room at that time, how long were you in the house before you start hearing arguing?
Maybe half hour.
Who was arguing?
I'm not, they all were kind of arguing, I guess. I didn't hear her much say anything. But they were, I heard all the men, for sure.
And what were they arguing about?
I couldn't make it out, honestly.
Okay. Did they have any issues?
All I heard was get off of her or something, that's all I heard.
You heard get off of her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Soon after overhearing the argument, Angel and Ron try to open the bedroom door. However, gunfire suddenly erupts.
Then what?
I tried to open the door, like I said, and the gun, as a bullet came flying past mine around his head, went through my TV. It came through the wall and through the TV.
When you tried to open the door?
Yes, and I started back and then we ran into the closet. Tried to hide in the closet, but
Did they ever come in your room?
no.
As several shots were discharged, one bullet pierced the bedroom wall where Angel and Ron were located, resulting in plasterboard spraying into Ron's face, leading him to think he had been struck.
Oh no. That's all something like that must have been whatever hit off of just like sprayed my face.
Scared the shit out of you, I bet.
Oh yeah, I thought it was bam, she just hit my face and I turned and she tackled me down there and fucking fell into the...
Although both Ron and Angel were in the bedroom at the time of the incident, they opened the door soon after the shooting stopped, where they witnessed the individuals exiting the premises. It was then that Brian directed them to call 911 and alerted them to the possible suspect.
Brian told me to call the police and tell them that he shot her.
Brian said that he shot her?
No, he didn't. He said call the police and say that he shot her. This is whoever else was with him.
Who was he?
It was either Quentin. I'm pretty sure it was either Quentin or Slim. Well, Adam. Slim's name, sorry.
Oh, so Adam goes by Slim too?
Yes, sorry.
That's his moniker, his nickname?
What's that mean?
Slim.
Yeah, that's what we're fine.
As detectives persist in their questioning of both Angel and Ron, officers commence door-to-door inquiries to determine if any neighbours have observed anything unusual.
How's it going? Good. I got a quick question for you guys. Do you guys see or hear anything a couple doors down over on Wilbeth? You didn't see anyone like cut through here or nothing?
No, nothing. No, get your foot back in.
Okay. Alright, appreciate it.
Hello?
Hi dear, sorry to bother you.
Hold on, I got my dog.
It's okay, take your time.
Okay.
Thank you.
You come out?
No, I just wanted to talk to you if that's okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, we had an incident happen here on the intersection,
Okay.
probably about 20 minutes ago. Did you hear anything?
No, I didn't. I was sleeping.
Okay, are you able to check your Vivid and see if it captured anybody coming past your
Sure.
house? How far out does it look?
A little bit.
A little bit?
I mean, not actually, not. It gets like pretty wide, but not. I don't know if it gets the intersection. It's
Okay.
seriously down it.
Real quick, dear, what's your name?
Roxanne.
Despite the fact that no one appears to have witnessed anything out of the ordinary, one officer observes a specific apartment equipped with surveillance cameras that could potentially have captured valuable information.
Yeah, but he has cameras on every corner of this. Hey, Phil, you have probably the most information on this, right?
You want to call DB?
Yes.
Yep.
I'll give his name. I'll see if I can get maybe a link sent.
Yeah.
I think I have her name. Who got a really good look at her face? Anybody?
This dude has cameras.
I did. And
In light of this observation, officers promptly proceed to question the homeowner, who resides in the downstairs apartment, as this individual may possess crucial information or at the very least have heard the commotion.
Did you hear anything go off upstairs?
I woke up to a bunch of bumping and stuff like that.
Just like thumping around?
Just thumping around, somebody was fighting. I didn't hear anything go off like far as a gun. But I did see the dude jump off the balcony and run up 8th Street.
He ran up 8th?
He ran up 8th Street, and then a few minutes later a girl jumped off and she ran towards the fire station on Maryland.
A girl jumped off?
Yeah, the girl jumped off right after.
What did she look like? Did you see
Heavy
it?
set. I didn't really see her face.
Heavy set. She jumped off the back though?
Yeah.
Is she a white girl?
Yeah, it's a white girl.
Is she wearing all gray?
I couldn't tell. I just seen them jump off the balcony and they woke me up fighting. I heard a bunch of noise. They jumped off, the dude ran up Maryland Street, and the girl ran down towards the fire station on Maryland.
You say he ran up Maryland or he went up 8th?
The girl ran on Maryland, the dude ran up 8th.
Up 8th?
Yeah.
Do you know whose cameras these are?
They mine.
They're yours?
Yeah.
Anything catch you?
I mean, you could probably see them jumping off the balcony. I had to rewind it to see. That's
Okay.
about it. They definitely went this way. They jumped off the balcony and they went 2 different ways.
Okay, do you mind trying to do that for us?
I could do it.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
With the man claiming to have seen a woman leap from the balcony of the upstairs apartment, the officers suspect he may be incorrect, as the only individuals known to have escaped the scene are Brian, Adam and Quinton, unless Angel and Ron are not being honest. Nevertheless, the officers await the man's review of the footage before they are permitted to enter and examine it.
They said just throw your body cam on it just in case. Okay. Is that them up there? Oh yeah.
So, first male, 118 technically. But I don't know, who's this look like to you? Look, gun in hand.
Oh yeah, that looks like that Adam dude.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but it's hard to tell. Look, he's pointing. He turns.
That's a champion?
Yeah.
That's what Adam, that's...
Yeah. So that was, you think that's Adam?
That is Adam.
Okay. Then second white dude.
Brian.
Okay.
Yeah, Brian's all tatted up.
Okay. So, last dude, see, takes purse out, drops purse.
Yeah, that's definitely Clinton.
The bag that Quinton is observed dropping while leaping from the balcony is subsequently verified to belong to the victim, Tony Westover. However, there is one specific item that is absent from it, which will be addressed later. Despite this, there is also an additional intriguing detail recorded on the surveillance footage.
A female jumps out?
Yeah, about 2 minutes later.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is it that
It might be the one that
Angel?
was seen. No. Mm-mm.
Oh, really? It's not Angel?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm gonna go ask Jesus. Sorry to keep opening your door, man. You good?
Yeah, so she's gonna...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys know them guys pretty well, huh?
So just with, like, talking to the other people already up there, and, you know, based off of statements, we could determine kind of who's who.
In light of the recorded evidence depicting an unidentified woman leaping from the balcony, along with the footage of Adam Wright wielding a firearm, the officers promptly proceed to re-question Angel.
Who's the other girl that was over here? No. 3 dudes left. Who else left? Ashley what? Where's she live? She was over visiting Ron.
Did that other officer that was just standing here, did he ask you about another female? Yeah. Who? Why didn't you tell us about her? You know her last name? Who's she related? Who? Oh, so he's going to ask Ron about her?
You wanna ride, my man? What's your last name, Ron? You look real familiar. Crew. Did you ever live on the east side? Gotcha. Hey, what's Ashley's last name? Barton? Barton or Burton?
This individual, Ashley Barton, who is Ron's current girlfriend, had apparently fled the scene due to possessing an active warrant, which is why neither Angel nor Ron referred to her. Nevertheless, detectives are also keen to investigate Adam's possession of a firearm within Angel's apartment.
Did you see who had the gun? Because look, there's video of the end of it. So.
Did you see Adam with the gun today?
Yes.
What was he doing with the gun today?
It was underneath my, it's in by my couch.
Is it still underneath the couch?
I don't know. That's the last place I seen it.
The couch that got the bricks under?
They all got bricks under them.
So the couch.
The one closest to your room.
Yeah, that's the one that the corner over by the stand is where the trash.
So like the closest to your room?
Yeah.
So where would, if you were sitting closest to your room, would the gun be by your room?
The TV, there's a table stand in the corner of the room when you walk upstairs. There's one in both sides of my living room by the TV.
Okay.
So it's the stand on
in the corner over the picture.
Yeah.
Despite Angel's acknowledgement of witnessing Adam with a firearm, no weapons are found within the apartment or its vicinity, prompting the dispatch of crime scene units to the location to gather any possible evidence.
Angel? I'm going to have... So this is just a residential search waiver. It's just identifying... put your address right here, right? Is there an apartment number, or is that just the number? Okay. I'm going to have you sign at the top. It says I, comma, and then your name, and just print your name up there for me. It's going to be Akron Detectives, our CCU, and us as Patrol. I'm going to have you sign a date. Today is now the 25th of of July, and then we'll witness it, okay? Just saying.
All this is that we can essentially process
the scene.
We can take pictures, you know what I mean?
And
we do it for any.
Yep, go ahead.
Although a significant quantity of evidence was retrieved from the apartment, it proved to be of limited use in determining a motive, identifying a suspect, or establishing a sequence of events. Consequently, it fell to the lead detective, Detective Hornacek, to track down the individuals who had fled the scene.
So the investigation that followed at that point, the officers first spoke with Angel and Ron, and they had gathered some names, and when they gathered those names, I started looking those names up and calling our office to see where some addresses might be, names, date of births, possible locations where those people could be. Once I gathered those, I gathered the information and kind of put it together after Detective McConnell and Detective Taylor interviewed Ron and Angel to see if those matched up with their second statement, being that they already gave a statement to patrol. Now they're giving a statement to the detectives. So seems like everything was staying consistent. So that was my role in trying to get that information to find out where the names that were given to us were Brian Fielders, Quentin Nixon, and Adam Wright. So those are the three names that I was tasked with finding out the information.
Were you able to find out the information for any of those individuals and subsequently interview?
Yes, all three.
Detective Hornacek later conducted interviews with all individuals involved, each of whom claimed they had departed the scene because of outstanding warrants or parole violations. However, the accounts provided by Brian, Adam, and Ashley were consistent with the versions given by both Angel and Ron, where Angel told detectives she might have caught a glimpse of the suspect when she momentarily opened the bedroom door during the altercation.
Not when I seen Brian get up, go toward him, but that's all I seen. After I shut the door.
Why'd you shut the door?
I was scared.
Of the fight?
Yeah, I didn't know when I seen Quentin with the gun, and I got scared.
So you see Quentin with the gun and pulling her hair?
Yeah.
And you hear Brian yell, "Get off of her."
Mm-hmm.
Where was Adam at in all this?
Honestly, I don't even know. I didn't even see him.
So you close the door, and then how long? You said seconds after you close the door, you hear the shot.
Yeah, me and Ronald was by the door, and we shot. Was when we shot it, and it came through right, like seemed like past his face because he jumped back. Like it hit him or ricocheted or something.
So you heard it was just that one shot at that time, or more?
I heard like a couple more after that. I heard maybe one before that, and then that one. Honestly, I don't know. My mind's so scrambled.
And they was tussling on the couch right by your room?
By the door.
Okay.
In spite of Angel observing only a brief moment of the occurrence, her recollection matched the narrative shared by the other present individuals, resulting in a warrant being issued for the arrest of Quentin Nixon.
Akron police are looking for this man, 31-year-old Quentin Nixon, charged with Tony's murder. Summit County Crime Stoppers is now offering a reward up to $5,000 for information leading to his arrest and indictment.
Although a $5,000 reward is issued for information leading to Quentin's arrest, it took detectives a year to receive an anonymous tip suggesting that Quentin Nixon might be found at a residence on Grindley Avenue in Akron, where he reportedly changed his appearance by shaving his head and beard.
We'll try to do this the safe way. Akron police, open up! Try and knock on the front door here. Make contact.
Somebody want to try knocking on the side door? What's that?
You pronounce it Quentin?
Quentin.
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 Despite the absence of any noticeable movement or sound emanating from the property, aside from a family dog, one of the officers is on the verge of detecting movement in the upper level of the building.
What's that? This window right here? Akron Police, open up the door!
While it remains uncertain who the person may be, the same officer is on the verge of gaining a clear understanding of the individual's identity.
Yeah, hear that? I can see you, Quentin. Quentin's in this back bedroom.
Did you look? Did you see him?
100%.
Oh, did you?
100%.
You thought that was him?
No, it's 100% him.
100% him?
100%.
Okay.
He's in this back bedroom.
45 dispatch.
45.
Yeah, our suspect's going to be here. We saw him in the window. One of the officers saw him. He's going to be inside, but nobody's coming to the door here.
Given that it has been almost 10 minutes since the officers attempted to make contact, they are uncertain whether anyone will exit the residence voluntarily. Shortly thereafter, someone does approach the door. However, it is not Quentin.
I was going to say 5's back there too.
What's that?
5, our cruiser is back there too.
Show me your hands! Come out with your hands up!
Wait, hold on, wait. Drop the cigarettes now! Get on the knees. Get your knees. Get on your knees. Put your hands behind your head now.
What I do? My name.
What is it?
Frank.
Who?
Frank.
Who else is here? Stand by. We have one guy come out of the house.
My sister was here. She stayed here.
Okay, who's the guy upstairs that is in that bedroom?
Stand up.
That's one of my sister's friends.
Okay, what's his name?
I really honestly don't know.
One apprehension.
She that's left.
Copy, one apprehension.
Frank informs the officers that the house belongs to his sister and that one of his sister's friends is still inside the property. Consequently, he is escorted away from the scene and taken down the road for further questioning.
We got a lot of officers here, and we don't want anyone to get hurt.
No problem. Can't put my glasses on my face too. They want to fuck.
We don't want anyone to get hurt here. So you need to be really honest with me about who's in the house. Don't get yourself in a jam. So let me tell you. Hold on, listen to me. All right, we're investigating a homicide.
Okay.
If you lie to me,
I ain't trying to lie to you.
okay, I know, but listen to me. Then all of a sudden you're getting yourself up to be charged with a felony. I don't want you to get charged and arrested, and I don't want anyone to get hurt. That's the goal here.
Okay. For sure.
All right. So unfortunately, you're thrust in the middle of this. So I need to know who's in the house, where are they at.
Here's up by the steps. Well,
He's up by the steps.
Yeah. I don't know his last name.
What's his first name?
First name.
Okay.
That's the first name.
Okay. Next thing. Does he have a gun?
I didn't see any guns.
Do you know of any other guns in the house?
I ain't never seen him with a gun.
Never seen him with a gun? Okay. Who else is in the house with him?
Ain't nobody else in there. I was just asleep. Y'all just started me out my sleep.
Okay.
So I was like,
Just you and him were the only ones in there?
yeah, my sister left. She went to Detroit.
She went to Detroit.
Yeah.
Without her boyfriend? That's her
not
boyfriend.
her boyfriend.
Oh, it's not?
It's one of her friends.
Just one of her friends?
Yeah.
When did this guy get here?
I don't know. I just got here earlier before my sister left.
And he was already here?
Uh-huh.
All right, you know he's in trouble?
No.
You didn't know that? What did he say to you when the cops were being on the door?
I was asleep. I heard the banging.
And
And
what
the
Quentin
dog
said
started
to
barking.
you?
He didn't say nothing to me. I just
Well,
heard.
you walked past him to come out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what did he say?
He didn't say anything. Swear to God, he didn't say nothing.
Frank informs the officers that the individual within the residence is Quentin, prompting them to proceed with negotiations in an effort to persuade the suspect to exit the building voluntarily.
Quentin Nixon, this is the Akron Police Department.
We have your house surrounded. What we need you to do, we need you to come out slowly with your hands up.
Like I said the first time, nothing's going to happen, but we need you to come out slowly with your hands up and give yourself up.
As hours elapsed without any communication from the person inside the building, SWAT officers arrive at the location, where they prepare to enter the property, with SWAT Commander Lieutenant Todd Sinsley detailing the strategies which were employed.
In this case, there was lighting shining right at my reaction team on the rear of the house. It was a motion-activated floodlight pointed to where we were staged on the rear, so I instructed our less lethal shotgun officer to shoot out the light with a beanbag round. It's like a tiny little bag about the size of your fist that's filled with bean bags, and it shoots out of a less lethal shotgun, so we disabled that light by shooting out the light bulb.
Why?
Because we didn't want Mr. Nixon to know where we were at or where our tactics were going to be at the time.
While SWAT officers persist in their tactical preparations, additional negotiations are conducted by a trained negotiator. However, after an additional 30 minutes without success, the decision is made to deploy chemical munitions into the building, which is systematically introduced throughout the property.
What we want to do is always give the suspect inside the option or the ability to get out. We don't want to go in, obviously. The goal is to force him out of the house. So we start at the top level and we work our way down. So we will start putting gas using launchers. They look like, it's like a big rotating can, and then it shoots canisters about 4 inches long up into the windows. They break the windows while they deploy gas. We start in that upstairs attic window. Once we get enough gas in there that we see smoke coming out, then we'll move to the second floor. The thought being that if he was in the attic, the gas should push him to the second floor. Then he's got time to stay there. And if he's going to stay there, now we're going to deny him access to the second floor, and we will not put gas in the first floor. That would be our ultimate. We would try to avoid that at all costs because we want him to have the ability to get out one of the first floor doors. So that's what we did we shot a lot of gas into that house that night.
And you shot a lot of gas through windows?
Yes, attic windows. We actually shot the soffit of the house as well, like the little eave part, so that we could try to get it into the attic better. And we shot the second floor bedroom windows.
A lot of broken glass in the house?
A ton of broken glass in the house.
With the suspects still not exiting the building, SWAT officers are forced to enter the property, where they conduct a slow and methodical search of the house, ultimately locating a potential hiding spot in the attic where the individual may be concealed.
Now, at some point in time, did you come to a location where you believe the suspect was?
We did. We actually found in the attic. It was a knee wall, so to speak. It's about 4 feet high, and then there's a little cubby door where you would put storage items in. It looked like there had been disservice to that door, so we pulled that door off. But clearly none of us want to, and I'm not going to force anybody to stick their head into a cubby hole that there might be an armed individual in. So we held on that door and called up for our eyeball camera.
After deploying an eyeball camera into the cubbyhole, they are able to see an outline of an individual curled up within the corner. However, after unsuccessful efforts to instruct the individual to leave, they are compelled to resort to alternative strategies.
I made the decision to deploy OC canister grenade inside of that little room, and we did that.
Okay. What happened? How many canisters? One canister?
Just one, and it was like this big, but it puts out a decent amount of gas. Now, mind you, all the operators in that room are also going to, no matter how good your gas mask is, they're going to get a little bit of taste of the OC spray too, but it's better than the alternative of having to go in there and try to fight with him in a small space.
Following the deployment of OC gas into the cubbyhole, Mr. Nixon promptly surrenders, leading to his arrest and subsequent removal from the premises. He is then placed in the back of a police cruiser, where his mother is waiting at the scene. After Quinton's arrest, he was taken to the Akron police station, where he was questioned by Detective McConnell and Detective Hornacek. Initially, he asserted that one of the other individuals was responsible for the incident. Nevertheless, he was charged with the murder of Tony Westover and chose to represent himself in court, consenting to a bench trial. Regrettably, the physical evidence obtained in the case offered little assistance to either support the defence's or the prosecution's narrative, leading the trial to depend significantly on witness testimony.
And you said, honestly, people didn't sleep Was that because of the drug use?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Will you please tell the court about the drug use going on?
We were all using methamphetamines.
Okay. Would you use it more than once a day?
Yes.
And were you using it more days prior to July 25th?
Yes.
Okay. And when you say we, who was we?
Everybody that was there.
Did you see the defendant using methamphetamine?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you see the other individuals using
Yes,
methamphetamine?
ma'am.
Sometime on the 25th of July, Brian Fielders and Tony Westover arrived at the apartment, where all individuals present were said to be getting on well. However, at some point, an argument occurred within the living room, whilst Ron and Angel were putting up lights in Angel's bedroom.
Tell the court what happened while you were in your room.
So I was in there maybe 10 minutes, and I heard a commotion, loud banging, yelling, and I opened my door, and I came out and seen Quinn had Tony put up at the door by the head of her hair, and a gun pointing at her head.
Much like Angel, Ron, who was helping install lights in Angel's room when the argument occurred, only caught a glimpse of the incident. Nonetheless, he shared a similar narrative, asserting that he saw Quinton holding Tony in the same position as testified by other witnesses.
Will you please put an X where you believe Tony and the defendant were? And it's fair to say in this picture that door is open and that door would have been closed during the incident.
Correct.
So they would have been approximately standing in front of the door near the wall.
Yes.
When you said he had her, where was the defendant grabbing onto Tony?
He had her by, like I said, I couldn't really tell, but it was like the shoulder and neck.
At this point in time, did you see the defendant with a weapon?
Yes.
What type of weapon?
It was just, it was a pistol, that's all I know.
Prior to this argument occurring, Brian Fielders arrives at the apartment with Tony Westover, where Adam describes the moment Brian entered the front door.
And he comes in and like immediately he's like, I don't know, talking about some whisper app stuff or some shit. And like,
Watch your language.
my apologies. He's like talking like you can clearly tell he's high.
Okay.
You know? And I kind of like, I'm not into that kind of stuff. Like,
Who all was with you when he was talking about this?
me, him, and Quentin.
Okay.
Upon Brian's first arrival at the apartment, Tony remains in her vehicle parked in the driveway and refrains from entering the building until a later time. It is during this time that Brian continues to talk about spyware applications and harbours suspicions that Tony is in some way linked to the police, as he has found the application on her phone.
I come out, and it's Brian. Brian comes in, he's like, I don't know what you want to call it. He's like sketchy, real weirded out type, tweaking out. And he's like, he comes in talking about, he thinks his girl is trying to set him up. Mind you, I don't know who this girl is he's talking about. He's talking about some spy app.
Although many of the witnesses overheard this conversation about spyware applications, they didn't recall hearing Brian mention Tony to have it on her phone. However, one person did.
So when you went out there to talk about that whisper app, she was not in?
She was not present in the room because it was about her.
Okay. You said it was about her?
Yeah, they were saying she had it on her phone.
And do you know how they describe this whisper app, or what is this app supposed to be?
I don't know what it is. They described it like it was something that you talk to the police with or report things with or something like that, and like making it out like she was, you know, like an informant, I guess, is what you call it. And I guess that's what they was trying to make it out as.
Okay.
Shortly thereafter, Tony arrives at the apartment holding a Michael Kors handbag, which is reported to contain a firearm secured in a holster.
When you came into the house, did you have a gun on you?
No. Tony had a firearm
Tony had, where was that firearm?
in her purse at that point in time.
Okay. Was it in a holster in her purse?
Yes.
At this moment, Brian, Quinton and Tony are comfortably seated in the living room, reportedly enjoying a typical time. However, shortly thereafter, Adam, who is in the kitchen with his back turned to the others, hears something concerning.
So literally, my back is to everybody that's in the living room. They can see me. And for whatever reason, all I heard was the sound of Velcro.
Okay.
And at that point, I heard, hey, something, like, don't quote me because it might not be exact, but it was something along the lines of, hey, man, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Okay.
And at that point, something in me said to turn around, and I started reaching for my weapon, and I started to turn around.
Prior to Adam hearing the noise of Velcro and the frantic voices, Tony had been emptying her handbag onto the table that is positioned between Brian, Quinton and herself. As Tony's belongings were laid out on the table, which included her firearm, Brian asserts that this was the moment Quinton unexpectedly seized the weapon.
So he has her gun.
Yes.
What happened after that?
I jump up.
Okay.
Start talking to him. Slim is in the kitchen. Starts yelling at him.
Okay.
Now,
What are you talking to him about?
I'm trying to calm him down, and he's asking me if she's the police. Which I was like, no, I'm trying to calm him down. Like, what are you doing, man? You're tripping. Put the gun down. Relax.
When you say calm him down, I know he had the gun. How is he acting like when he's saying?
Like he was out of it.
Okay. It's hard to describe.
It's just, it's hard to, it's just like, I wouldn't say he was panic stricken. He wasn't panic stricken, but he was definitely, it's hard to explain. You'd have to do drugs to understand.
Okay.
He was in another world, like as far as he was convinced that she was a cop, and he was looking at us to verify that she's the police, and I'm sitting there telling him no. Slim's yelling at him, screaming at him, telling him to put the gun down.
It is at this moment that Brian claims the fatal shots are discharged, leading him to desperately grapple with the defendant for control of the weapon.
Please tell the court what's going on as you're trying to wrestle the gun away from the defendant.
Well, that was that. Well, I mean, him and I, eventually I tackled him on the floor. I was biting his face, trying to get the gun out of his hand.
In the process, did you bite your own lip?
I did. Put a hole through it.
Okay. Were you able to get the gun away from him?
No.
Did anyone come to help you?
No.
Okay. At some point in time, did Adam intervene?
Yeah.
Will you please tell the, excuse me, Your Honor, will you please tell the court about that?
Yeah. I know I couldn't get the gun from him. I was trying to get out of there at this point. At least get it, separate from him. And I started running towards the back room. We ran towards the back room. Adam went out the sliding glass doors. I went out the sliding glass doors. I didn't, at that point in time, too, as far as the other two, I didn't even know they were still there. I know Angel was. And Angel came to me. I stayed and yelled I was at the back porch, and she came to the back door and said, "What do I do?" And I said, "Call the police and you tell them what happened."
With Adam seeing Brian struggle with the defendant on the floor, he also attempts to free Brian from Quinton's grasp.
I see Quinton, Brian is face down on the floor, Quinton's on top of him with a gun.
Okay. So the defendant had the gun back at this point?
Quinton.
Yes.
So I up my weapon one more time, and he sees me, does the same stuff, throws the weapon in the middle of the floor, puts his hands up, says, "I don't want to die." This is the time I hit him with my weapon.
Okay.
I went into the living room and I hit him with my weapon and freed Brian from whatever was going on. And that's when I exited the house. When I ran down the hallway, that's when I opened up Angel and Chip's door and I said, call 911, call 911. And that's when I went back through Chip's bedroom and back through the door and I jumped off. And I ran from there. I could, at that point, I could hear the police and everything else coming, and I took off.
Despite the fact that all witness testimonies were in agreement and consistent during their interviews, the case concerning Quinton Nixon would face significant contention on online platforms, where Mr. Nixon presented an alternative version of events, which originated from the discussion about a spyware application.
I never even seen a spy app, never knew it existed. He was explaining to me, like, yeah, you can clone somebody's phone to see what they're doing on their phone, da-da-da-da. He was like, matter of fact, you got your phone? I'm like, yeah. He was like, let me see your phone. I gave him my phone. He's like, you probably got the same app on your phone. You don't even know it. Angel probably put it on yours. So he's really like bugging out. Like, but I'm not thinking anything of it. Like, I'm just thinking he tripping. So I would say like almost a good hour. He was talking to me about a spy app.
Quinton asserts that Brian's behaviour grew increasingly erratic and paranoid following discussions regarding spyware, during which Brian subsequently searched the defendant's phone for these potential applications.
He's looking up stuff in my phone, showing me like, yeah, you see this? This is one of them. Now we in the kitchen. He was like, yeah, you see this? This is another one. He just kept showing me him, showing me him, showing me him. And at that time, I'm like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. You tripping. Give me my phone back. He was like, hold on, wait, I'm about to show you. So he kept looking for the app. In my head, I'm like, man, is you trying to put it on my phone or something? Like, it's not on there. I don't let people see my phone like that.
With Quinton's phone being left at the scene on the 25th of July, it would be forensically searched, which would reveal some interesting information.
What of significance did you find in the defendant's phone as it relates to July the 24th going into the 25th?
There was a lot of internet searches on spy cameras, on spy earpieces, and things of that nature.
Although this may support Quinton's overall narrative, it cannot evidently be proven who was making these searches. Nonetheless, Quinton asserts that during this period, as Brian was searching the defendant's device, he started to suspect that Quinton was collaborating with the police.
He was saying, the app on my phone is, or the app that was he thought was on my phone was connected to the police. Basically, saying that I was the police. I was recording him or recording the household or speaking about things that I didn't have any knowledge of, or asking too many questions. I'm telling him like, nah, bro, you tripping. I don't really be into any of that for real. I'm not the police. I don't know about that app. So I asked him for my phone back. He was like, hold on, I'm gonna show you. It's on your phone. I bet you it's on your phone. He kept saying, I bet you got that app on your phone.
Quinton states that Brian's conduct became so unpredictable that he then made an effort to leave the apartment.
I'm just about to leave. I was about to leave. And he was like, yeah, I don't think you want to do that. I made a motion like this. I got up out my seat a little bit. And when he said it, it made me sit back down. What you mean? He was like, yeah, I don't think you want to do that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I got somebody outside. He's like, you ever been in a situation He said something of the nature, you ever been in a situation where you don't know what's really going on, but you talking too much? And I'm like, nah, I haven't. So I asked him for my phone again. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to get up out of here. He's like, you're not going anywhere.
With Brian refusing to let Quinton leave, he also asserts that the firearm was never located in Tony's handbag. Rather, it was indeed in Brian's possession.
He said something of the nature, I got my kids at home. And if you got kids, you're not going to make it to see your kids tonight. And at that time, that's when he pulled the gun out.
Whilst Brian has his weapon pointed at Quinton, he states that Adam, who is friends with Brian, also became involved.
Adam gets up and walks this way. He didn't walk past me. He took the long way. And as he's walking, he's telling me, he's like, I told you so. I told you. You should have just left.
He said that?
Yes, ma'am. And then when he gets about right here, he's holding the gun like this. He was like, you should have just left. You should have just left. So now I'm scared. Now I'm in fear for my life. Why did he just switch on me? Why did he just pull his gun on me?
At some points during this altercation, Quinton claims that Brian placed his gun on the living room table, which is the moment Quinton sees an opportunity.
I lunged for the gun on the table, but his attention instantly turned back to me, reaching for the gun. And that's when the brawl over the gun, and we fighting over this gun. It's not in the holster. The gun wasn't in the holster. It was in the holster when it was on his hip. But when he pulled it out, it wasn't on the holster.
While Brian and Quinton persist in their struggle for the weapon, Quinton asserts that Brian bit him and that Adam struck him on the head with his firearm. Nevertheless, after an extended struggle, Quinton succeeds in gaining control of the weapon, at which point he alleges that Tony comes towards him in an effort to seize the firearm.
I'm on the ground. I got the gun from Brian. Brian jolts that way because I got the gun now. She's reaching down for the gun, and I let two shots off, boom, boom, and it turns her that way. But I'm getting up at the same time, quickly, and then that's when I shot. And it went downward.
After Quinton's testimony, he undergoes cross-examination, during which the prosecutor contends that the defendant made attempts to avoid apprehension and to distance himself from the crime scene.
After shooting Tony, you fled the scene. You left the scene, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And everyone fled the scene, correct?
Now that I know, yes.
And you heard their testimony that they either had warrants or was on parole or things of that nature, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
At that time, did you have a warrant?
I believe I had a KPS warrant.
Okay. Is that the reason you left?
No.
You took that purse too. That wasn't to protect you, correct?
No, ma'am.
You took that gun because you had touched a vape pen in there?
No, I had took the purse to find my phone as well as I touched the vape pen.
Because you told the officers that you touched it during your interview. You touched the vape pen.
The vape pen, yes,
and your
ma'am.
fingerprints may be on that vape pen.
Yes, ma'am. I panicked.
So you were trying to cover up even being there, correct?
I mean, that's what it looked like, yeah, so I can...
In his initial interview, Quinton confirmed that he removed a vape pen from Tony's handbag before departing from the scene, as he had used it at the apartment and didn't want to be linked to the scene. This vape pen, along with the weapon, was the sole item absent from Tony's purse.
Do you know where Tony's purse is? The girl's purse?
No, sir.
You never took it?
I grabbed it because I touched this vape pen when she had gave me.
What do you mean?
But I didn't take her purse. Her purse was still there.
Where at?
In the backyard.
So why did you grab it because of the vape?
The vape thing, I had realized that I had touched the vape thing.
So what, were you afraid that fingerprints are on it or something? Yeah.
I panicked. I didn't know.
So you didn't want the police to find out who you were on the fingerprints on that day?
While there are numerous consistencies between Quinton's interview and his testimony, there are also several inconsistencies. For instance, at the beginning of his interview, he claimed that he was not the individual who shot Tony.
So Brian shot her because he thought she was the police. So they thought you were the police and she was the police? You were both the police. Did you know this girl at all? You ever met her before that day?
Yes, sir.
Never saw her before that day. Did they think that you guys were the police together?
I don't know. I think I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. I was just about to be a casualty, whatever they had planned.
Another similarity of inconsistency arises when Quinton is asked about what he took with him from the apartment that evening, as at this point, Mr. Nixon is not aware that the detectives possess CCTV footage showing Quinton exiting the apartment with Tony's handbag.
So what did you leave the house with after you left? Nothing? You left your phone there, but you didn't leave?
Oh no, I had my ID and stuff.
Okay.
And my jewelry.
How'd you leave?
On foot.
Which door?
The same door they were in.
Which one? Front door?
No, they were the back door.
Back door?
Yes, sir.
And all you had was jewelry and money?
It is only when the detectives inform Quinton that they have CCTV footage related to the incident that his story starts to shift. However, intriguingly, in Quinton's paranoid mindset, he is convinced that the detectives have recordings from within the apartment as well.
Can I ask a question? Yeah. Why would they put audio and video inside of that house? Were they being watched?
They're weird people, like you said. We're not saying you lied about that. That's why we have so many questions, because this isn't just a normal case where it's just cut and dry and everything's easy to explain. That's why we want to know someone that was on the inside, your perspective. You get what I'm saying? Because this isn't a regular crime scene. These are some strange people. So whatever you were thinking wasn't wrong. It is a strange situation.
It is during this time that Quinton admits to having left the apartment with the handbag and the gun, and he confesses to having shot Tony.
Brian.
What do you mean?
He took me in the kitchen and told me she was the police.
So you thought she was the police?
And then he looked at me and said, you got the same thing she got on her phone.
Yeah.
It was basically...
So you truly thought she was the police, or obviously?
No, I don't know what I thought. I thought that they thought both of us was the police.
Gotcha.
And you shot her because you thought she was the police?
Because they made it seem like if I didn't shoot her, they would kill me.
Even though this explanation is inconsistent with his testimony, he would later provide a narrative that resembled what he had articulated in court.
So you grabbed that gun and tried to get out of there?
So the bodies need to get out of there.
Did you try to shoot Brian?
I tried to shoot Brian, I tried to shoot Adam. And they were both in the kitchen. He had Adam right here with his gun trained on me.
Yeah.
No, she lunged at me.
Okay.
She lunged at me. I never grabbed her. I didn't want anything to do with that lady.
Yeah.
I didn't even know her.
Did you wrestle with her at all?
No, I pushed her off me.
Did you point the gun at her?
I pointed the gun around the room.
On November the 6th, 2024, and on the 6th day of Quinton Nixon's trial, prior to announcing her verdict, Judge Christine Croce noted the numerous inconsistencies present in Mr. Nixon's account.
While you fled the scene, both Adam Wright and Brian Fielders had already both fled, and you still possessed the firearm. Furthermore, once you dropped from the porch, you leisurely strolled away with no signs of panic or fear that you testified you were feeling during the trial. Your statements to detectives the night you were arrested contained various inconsistencies, not to mention were completely inconsistent with your testimony during this trial. Lastly, your actions in fleeing that night with Miss Westover's purse and the firearm, and changing your appearance and hiding out in your cousin's house for over a month shows a consciousness of guilt. This court is left to weave together the offensive events of July 25th, 2022 from all the testimony, the physical evidence, and the exhibits admitted during trial. Based on everything presented at this trial, the more logical sequence of events is that for whatever reason, including being high on methamphetamine, not having slept for days due to that methamphetamine use, and the paranoia that comes with the use of methamphetamines, you shot and killed Tony Westover. And after shooting her, you were attacked by Brian Fielder, and when you had him down on the floor, he bit you while trying to get the gun away from you and from your grasp.
Following Judge Croce's presentation of her findings and judgment, a verdict is established.
As to all the charges in the indictment in case 2209-3102, I have considered each count uninfluenced by my verdict as to any other count, and I find that the state of Ohio has proved beyond a reasonable doubt that you did not act in self-defense on July 25th, 2022, and that you were at fault in creating the situation, giving rise to the shooting, or attempting to shoot Tony Marie Westover, and or that you used unreasonable force against Tony Westover. Therefore, I find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of murder, an unclassified felony as contained in count 1, and the 3-year firearm specification 1 to count 1. I find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of murder, an unclassified felony as contained in count 2, as well as the firearm specification 1 to count 2. I find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of felonious assault, a felony of the 2nd degree, as contained in count 3 of the indictment, and the firearm specification 1 to count 3. And lastly, I find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of tampering with evidence as a felony of the 3rd degree, as contained in count 5.
In the aftermath of the verdict, Quinton Nixon was convicted on 4 counts concerning the death of Tony Westover, resulting in a sentence of 21 years to life imprisonment.
Did you want to say anything else before we adjourn?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so I think you're a smart, intelligent person, and it would, I think you have the opportunity to take advantage of some programming while you're there. Go to school, get a degree, become a lawyer. I don't know, but I hope God has mercy on your soul, Mr. Nixon. We're adjourned.